How's everybody doing on a Wednesday afternoon? I keep wanting to say Friday afternoon. It's not Friday. Wishful thinking. It's not Friday. I think I can see Friday from here. Come on, Friday. Who needs a Friday? But it's Wednesday afternoon. It's a great day to work on some leather. If we can't work on it, it's a great day to talk about working on some leather. Hope everybody's doing all right. Hope everybody's having a good week, y'all. Great comments already coming in. Thank you for that. Went over the last time. Great comments. Some folks I want to say hello to. Some new names, which is always great. Y'all come on in, make yourself at home. You're amongst some really good, friendly, decent people. Oh, hallelujah. Our Leathercraft family. It's taken me 5 years to try to be able to say that right. So, anyway, and another big one, too. I'm so bad about mispronouncing everybody's name. Not everybody, but the ones that could go either way. Dean, I really need to. Dean, if you're with us, email me and let me know how to pronounce your name correctly because to me, that's one of the rudest things you can do is mispronounce somebody's name. But anyway, Carrie, hope you're doing all right. Keeping a smile on our face, Carrie. Keeping you in our prayers. Looks like, let's see, you're picking up some new IT skills. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that that's exactly what you need to find that perfect job. Good luck with that, Carrie. Thinking about you there. Jerry King, it's good to see your name pop up, Jerry. Hope you and Donna are well. Mavs Cooper, Nan Parsons. Yep, there we go. Good afternoon, Carrie and Jerry, and all of us in this really cool family. I have to agree on that one, Nan. And thank you for being here as well. Everybody, same thing. Let's work down through here. We're going to do a little bit of a giveaway today. I don't know if it's a good giveaway or not. I just don't know. I just don't know. This one's on me. Something from my shop to your shop. So we'll see. We'll see. And I'll explain more about that too. We had a question or two from last time that I didn't get to answer. We'll talk about that. Got some fun stuff to look at. I hope it's a good live this week. I hope so. I'm going to do my best, but let's see where we are. Um, oh yeah, yeah, Scuba Jock One Abel. Hello from Kansas City. Hello right back to Kansas City. Glad you're with us. Come on in, make yourself at home. Don, let's see, I've been too lazy lately. I need to get going on some projects for a September craft show. Excuse me. There we go. Um, Don, why would you start not starting the week before the craft show? Well, that's just crazy talk. That's just right. I like your planning. I like your planning. Uh, but yeah, the September. Oh man, those are great shows in the fall. There, because we make so many things that go, into the fall, like the wood carriers and gun rifle sling, hunting related and fall related and firewood and camping, and we make so much stuff that can fit into that season so well. On the other side of that, spring, not so much, right? Because everybody's in spring, yard work's coming, summer's coming up, going to the pool. Yeah, there's just not much, we can make for the pool, cabana wear, right? So anyway, love the fall, but I love the spring. And we got some comments. We got a comment from the Outback, and I'm going to come back around to that too. Big hello right back to the Outback. But my thought was so it's kind of probably starting to cool off there. We're both happy, right? I'm sure they're happy that it's starting to cool off a little bit, especially in the Outback. We're happy here because it's starting to warm up. That's enough of winter for 1 year. We've had enough. Got warm here last week, like take off the hoodie and put on the shorts, kind of. And now it's gone back to normal spring, right? Warm days, cool nights. But I think that heat's a coming. Oh, it's coming. And who got slammed over the weekend with this ridiculous storm that went from like Mexico to Maine? It just raked across us. It was moving this way, and then right when it got to Atlanta, it stopped and started moving this way. We had rain for like 48 hours, just straight rain. Oh, and some terrible tornadoes too. And hearts and prayers go out to the folks that suffered from that. Um, let's see. Don Green is with us. Don. I recently got the Cub sewing machine. Love it. Don, it's great. So many things about the Cub. If you ever like for us crafters, it's a big ticket item. Yeah. But I'm the same way as Dawn. I love that thing because it'll sew up to 3/4 of an inch thick. So if you're doing like tack and saddle, maybe not saddle, but at least tack and like work belts and safety equipment, and you really get some good thickness in there, that Cub mows through that leather. You barely have to turn the crank on it. I mean, it's almost like it sews itself. Duh, I'm with you on that one. I love our Cub very much. Cool thing about it, and I've probably said this too many times, but it's a hand crank. We don't need any kind of electrical. You can take the Cub to the camp out, or yeah, you're going to be very popular if you take your Cub to a camp out or a horse show or the barn. There's so many things that can be repaired and replaced with that. Oh man, I have yet to do that because it's not leaving my shop. I thought about taking it on a camp out. Nah, everything that goes camping gets dirty, right? Including us. But the barn, my wife has a horse, and all the barn and all the barn girls and all. I'm always repairing something, right? Some halter. Um, I'm a little scared to take it to the barn. Not dirty. They're just. Yeah, I'm gonna be very popular. Right. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of work to do at the barn because there's always something broken or torn up. But anyway, thanks for great. You're exactly right. Love the Cub, absolutely. Um, let's see, Wayne Painter's with us. Wayne, it's good to see your name pop up. Absolutely. 3 days of rain here in New Mexico. Oh, but high desert and it all soaked it up. I'm wondering though, in the high desert, does everything just explode into life after a big rainstorm? Seen a lot of these, documentaries on deserts. Man, when they get rain, it just explodes into green. I hope so. I've seen a little bit of the high desert. Went to um crap. I forgot the show. That's in right. Anyway, it's up in the high desert. And I think that's high desert. That's not my geography, so I'm struggling on that one. The point is, the first morning I woke up, Prescott, really? Prescott. Anyway, the first morning I woke up, the hotel's up on a big hill, and I was, I don't know, third or fourth floor, blah, blah. I opened that, and it was strikingly beautiful. It was like a postcard, the sun hitting the top of the mountains and the desert floor. Man, I'll never forget that. So anyway, hoping that's the case. I hope it wasn't all that rain wasn't a problem, but good to hear on that. Uh oh, here we go. MT Patriot 1889. Yeah. Hello, Chuck from Montana. Beautiful state. Oh, gonna be close to you here in about a month and a half. Gonna be at the Sheridan show. We'll talk a little bit about that, but I'm going to be close up there. And that trip up there, y'all live in some gorgeous country. I got to tell you, it's a little weird for us Southerners because we're in the trees, and to not be in the trees, it's different. It's very different, but man, it's spectacular. Anyway, glad you're with us. Glad you're with us. Glad Montana is with us today. Absolutely. Uh, oh, Dranu. Please forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But still, nonetheless, hello from the Czech Republic. Honored to have you with us. Absolutely honored to have you with us. Very cool. I'll do my best to make this interesting today. We've got some stuff to talk about, got some stuff to look at. I actually made a note, but I don't know if we're going to broach this subject because it's pricing our products. No good answer. No good answer. And that alone is about an hour of rant. Okay, maybe not rant, but there's no good answer. And we could talk about that if we get to a point where we don't have anything to talk about. But I've just seen a lot of comments on that lately. I can at least toss my 2 cents in. But yeah, free advice is worth exactly what you paid for it. So if we get a chance, we'll talk about that. If we don't, we might just put that on the script for next time because it's a subject that we all have that question. We all, how much do I charge? If we don't charge enough, we are working hard to go broke, right? And if we charge too much, We may go broke there too because nobody's buying the products. And see, I'm already rolling. I'm already rolling on this subject. Back up. Okay. All right. Let's go to the script. How about that? Anyway, but I still want to look through some of the comments. Jim Jenkins. Chuck, the 3 rings of marriage: engagement ring, wedding ring, and suffer ring. Sounds like you've been married too. Yeah, I think John. Oh crap! Now I broached this subject. I think this is our 23rd. She's probably watching and going, I think it's our 23rd. Anyway, coming up in April. Actually coming up in about like 6 days. But also, Gary, you got a birthday coming up. I'll never find the comment. Anyway, Carrie, I think you got a birthday coming up. And I think it's 53. Or was it 52 or 54? I just kind of we've met, right? This is not a surprise. Anyway, happy birthday. A pre-happy birthday. I hope it's a good one, Carrie. Oh man, night for today. We've had near record flooding. EF3 tornado near my sister's house. Bless the people around there. I hope nobody was injured. I hope nobody. We don't get tornadoes. We sort of get little ones once in a while. But we did get one across Georgia. It was a pretty good one. And I was driving up I-75 going to Chattanooga by leather. And it was like somebody took it. It's like, okay, so at 75 point, there's like a mountain on this side, maybe more large foothill, a little bit of a valley, large foothill. It's like somebody took a weed eater and just went right down across the highway and right back. Unbelievable. It's like a weed eater. That's the only way I can explain it. And I pulled off at that exit. And there was like one of these hotels there. I don't remember who, but it's like yellow stucco. It's one of the bigger names. And it looks like somebody just shot the side of it with buckshot. But I mean, like big buckshot. The whole side of that building was pockmarked, every square foot. God bless the people that have to deal with those, y'all. Let me hope. I will pray and hope that one never hits anybody. I will pray and hope for that. But sorry to hear about that night for today. Really am. Who's warming up though? Is everybody starting? I was kind of looking at the weather map today, and it looks like we're all okay. Yeah, and we're talking weather again, and we should be talking weather. It's close. In our defense, it's just an L and a W. Yeah, and also too, a funny story. When I did the video on Dark Case, cool little Dark Case. I love those. I actually made like 5 or 6 of them in different like stamp design and cool. Anyway, when I got it uploaded, I emailed the boss, and in the comment line or the subject line, I always put in like project / it's on this server. You can find it there. Proof it for me. It did. Well, I didn't say it was Dark Case. Now, in my defense, the D and the F, they're really close together on the keyboard, right? They're right next to each other. That was a little embarrassing. And she was a little confused. But when I said it was Dark Case, okay, well, then that makes more sense. And we'll probably put that one on YouTube. Anyway, okay, so let's see. We're going to do a giveaway today. I'm just going to roll until we get to that point because I don't know if it's a good giveaway or not. I kind of think it is, but I kind of feel like I'm bailing on you a little bit as well. So anyway, all right, but let's do this. We got all kinds of great comments coming through, and I'm just missing them all. But okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to miss the comments from now so we can go over the comments from last time. It's called organization. Anyway, there's a couple here that I wanted to bring up. So first off, Sakura QLD from the Australian Outback. And if you're back with us, honored to have you with us. Absolutely. I'd love to see the Outback. I got Google Earth, and I'm always looking at the Outback. And there was the Outback truckers, right? Anybody see Ice Road truckers where there was an Outback trucker? I couldn't turn away. I could not turn away from that. Anyway, so Sakura, if you're with us, Okay, that means it's already 3:15 and it's already giveaway time. I got one. Okay, we'll come back to this. Okay, so we're gonna do a giveaway. And like I said, I don't think this is a great one, but I'll do my best to make it a good one. I'm gonna give away some scraps. Now, overflowing. I mean, it looks like my two, not one. I have two scrap bins, one chrome, one veg. It kind of looks like they threw up on my shop floor. All right. Small overabundance of scraps. I wouldn't call these scraps. Let's say remnants because scraps from a production shop are like that. Scraps from my shop, they're big. All right. So the entry word is scraps. C scraps. SCRAPS. Excuse me. Really? And I'm just not on it today. Anyway, so contiguous US only because this one's on me. This one's from me to you, or say from my shop to your shop. Okay. So I've got some great scraps. Here's what we'll do. So at 3:45, we're gonna need your name, address, and phone. But also, I want you to pick: do you want chrome tan, veg tan, or a mix of the two? Mix of the two. Okay. Now there's scraps, and I was feeling bad about this. I was like, really, really, Weaver, really. Anyway, I'll sweeten the deal. Okay. So we made this thread and or lace rack in one of our videos, and I've got like 5 of these in my shop. So this one has just been sitting over there gathering dust, and that's ridiculous. It needs to be used. Didn't stain it, so if you want to stain it, you can. If you want me to sign the back of it, I'd be honored to do that. Okay. So we're gonna do some good remnants. We're gonna drop this in that box. I'm saying we, like there's somebody else here. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. But also, and this is going to be a shipping challenge with scraps and that, but I'll also drop in. I love these. I think these are great. So we've got 2 Fibings posters. My wife took this to the barn the minute they got here. So thanks to the folks at Fibings for pitching us some swag for our shop because we got to have swag in our shop, right? It's like a garage. In our garage, my wife's got a 2008 Mustang, the Bullet Mustang. Oh, baby, that's a fun car to drive. We've got to explore. And it kind of drives itself. You kind of just sit there. Yeah, yeah. You got to drive that Stang. I'm off on a rant. Sorry, left the subject. I'll come back. Anyway, in the garage, we got posters, right? Our shop needs to be the same way. Okay, so I'll toss in both of those posters, but I'll also throw in how about a bunch of little stickers, little Fibing stickers, because the folks at Fibings, they're so friendly and they're just great people. And anytime I call them, we'll send you a bunch of stuff. They'll send me stuff I didn't even ask for. So anyway, we've got some placards, we've got some stickers, we've got the thread of the lace rack, and I'll get you some good scraps in there because in my shop, I work for Weaver. All right. So when I make a project video, I'll pick the leather, I'll pick the hardware, plan it all out. I'll order that leather. Okay. So I get a side of so and so. Well, I'll make the project. Well, I'll make a prototype. Then I'll make the project in the video. Well, I always have extra pieces and parts. Um, the point is that now I have like half a side, sometimes 2/3 of a side left over. It goes on the shelf and it sits there until we use it in another video. Well, so the point is, I'm not a production shop. I'm not trying to cut these scraps down to the absolute last square inch, 5 cents an inch. If you ever wondered, leather is about 5 cents a square inch. Okay. Anyway, so I've got nice big pieces. I've probably got 70 types of leather in this shop. And I mean, that's just Weaver. I've got, some of the prettiest rabbit, deer, elk, stingray, python, bison, deer, unless I already said deer. Anyway, there's more. It's just not coming to mind. And some of just little pieces and parts. I've got some basketball and baseball leather. I should have grabbed that. But it's funny to see a piece of leather, basketball or football, and baseball. I think I got some baseball leather in here. Anyway, the point is, I'll get you some good scraps in there, whether you want veg, chrome, or you want a mix of the two. Happy to do that. So again, the entry word is just scraps. SCRAPS. I know how to spell scraps. Evidently, sometimes I know how to spell scraps. Anyway, so the word is scraps. Drop that in. I'll get you something from my shop to yours. I'll do my best to put some really pretty stuff in there. And I feel bad too about making it, contiguous US. Shipping's just gotten ridiculous expensive. And again, this is just for me to you. That's not Weaver or anything. I'm paying shipping. I'm just going to send it on my dime. Absolutely. So, all right. So we got that going. 3:45. We'll pick a winner. Miriam will let me know. And again, we'll fill you in on what you need to do and where you need to email and all that. So, and it was great last time because we gave away 2 gauges. Yeah, 2 leather gauges. So I'll send you some leather. I'll send you some leather. I promise. All right. And part of what, because I'll get a box. I'm like, that's not enough. And I'll put a, and then it'll say, so give me about 72 hours, to get this out. The longer it sits in my shop, the better off the winter is because I keep looking, oh, I'll put this in that. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put some of, yeah. So it goes from a couple pounds to like 10 pounds. So the longer it sits, the better off you are, but still, but give me about 72 days to get this out. Anyway, 3:45, we'll tell you what you need to do, where you need to email it and all that good stuff. So good luck, everybody. Good luck, everybody. All right. So back where we were, avoiding the comments from this time to talk about the comments from last time. In some world, that makes sense. Anyway, all right. So, but these are funny because I don't have a chance to see all of them, and that kills me. Because next time I'll go through all of them from this time. Y'all, great comments, great questions, great answers. All right, so Black Pine Leather Company said he put his foot in his mouth. Wow, never do that, right? So he was telling a guy, he said, the leather work, and I think I get the gist of this, the leather work, that's better than therapy. He said, unfortunately, I was talking to a therapist, but he said, I agree. So, right. I hear that word all the time, therapeutic. I mean, hand sewing, tooling, stamping, you get in that groove and everything is pushed aside and it's a good time. And it really is. I think it really is therapeutic. And let's see, okay, John Barton. John, I hope you're with us this time. Talking about using the Angelus glow-in-the-dark paint. I haven't really used this in a project video because when we show the project, we'd never see it. Right? We can't, gee, Chuck, can't see it. Must be cool. I'll simply describe it. How about that? Excuse me. I shot all morning. Not supposed to do that. Anyway, I did want to mention this because, excuse me, Tony Bernier is a leather artist. I mean, that's the only way you can describe Tony as a leather artist. I've judged some of his work. Wow, did I feel unworthy? Yeah. Anyway, he's a postcard, I think he did, but it was a Jules Verne scene. He did 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, had the sub, very tropical looking, and he used the glow-in-the-dark Angelus. That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Unfreaking believable. I still remember. I know I have his postcard here somewhere. So anyway, great point on that one, John. I need to use some of those. If I can figure out how we can shoot it, right, then we'll do it. Absolutely, then we'll do it. All right, so Patrick, and this is a funny one. Patrick, yeah. All right, so Patrick is a pizza pilgrim. Evidently does a lot of traveling and wants to try every piece of pizza he can find. I'm with you. I'll go on one of those trips with you. But can we expand the subject? Ribs, pizza, burgers, breakfast. Right? Yeah, right. It's going to be a long list. And Rob Scroggin, great idea. At the bigger hardware stores, they have, and I've seen them. I walked right by them, but I never, because they're for cement. They're big tubes, like big thick cardboard tubes that you're going to pour cement into to set, makes a form, and then you take that off, and you've got your cement. What a great idea for storing leather. Get a couple of those. They'd stack nicely on a shelf. Rob, good idea. Very good call on that one. They're called cement tubes, I think, or yeah, Rob, I think you even put down what they're called. Anyway, they're not hard to find at the hardware store. And Colleen Bowers, I wanted to mention this because this is so typical of everybody here. So happy to help. Now, Colleen, somebody asked a question about giving their tooled leather a metallic look. Colleen jumped in and had some great ideas there. I want to try some of those. I've got it set aside. Colleen, thank you. Well, first off, thanks for jumping in and answering a question. But secondly, thanks for answering with some really good quality information. I've yet to see someone here answer something that didn't have good information. Y'all, thank you for that. Each and every one of you, thank you for that. That's kind of what this is about. Trading ideas, tips, tricks. I really got to be careful saying that because if you say tricks and tips backwards, it's not family friendly. Anyway, and spelling my name live with Chuck Dorsett, there's been a few misspellings there that would bring in a really odd crowd. So I got to double check that. Anyway, so Colleen and everybody that puts in a great comment, great answer, great question, great tip. Y'all, thank you for making this what it is. That's where I'm going with that. Thank you for that. Just one more, but then a trick. Okay. So Christopher Barnes. Let's see. Hoping the surgery went well. Hoping that went well. Hope that's good in the rear view and you're doing well. But he made a funny point because he's on blood thinners and wants to know if that's actually going to help keep him bleeding on his projects. Yeah, I don't know. Who's bled on a project? Who's bled on a project so much that you're probably related now, right? Yeah. All right. So Brew was with us, and Brew, I hope you're back this time. Okay, first off, he started leather work with a hammer and a fork. I never thought about that. When I got rolling, I didn't know you could hand sew leather. I had no idea. Very cool idea there. All right, another from Brew, and I've seen this a number of times. Setting decorative line 24s because I love these. I mean, you can design a project around these snaps. Love the shotgun shell. That one's popular. Anyway, hard to set. Like right here, the parachute, that's got a little point on it. So when you're trying to set that, it's going to lean and you're going to smash it and it's going to be frustrating and you'll never use these again. Don't go that route. There's an easy fix to these. And in fact, the regular line 24s and that little anvil, it can slide a little bit. I think that's a lot of the problem with a lot of us trying to set a line 24 clean. I can, but once in a while, if that thing slips a little bit, now you come down at an angle, you crush it, shot, got to start it. Very frustrating. Okay, so here's a fix for this. And in fact, I got this out because we need to use these again, our turquoise rivets, domed rivets. Let's just say that, not be so specific, because when you try to set those are rivet backs. When you try to set that rivet, the first thing it does is it bends sideways. The second thing that happens, it crushes the cap, right? It crushes that pretty little dome. So the easiest way to do this, let's take 2 pieces of 8 to 9 ounce leather. I'm going to contact cement those together. Let's wet those, get those good and wet. And then I'm going to take one of these snaps and I'm going to set it on that wet leather. Basically, we're making an anvil. Set it on that, let that leather dry. Now we have an anvil that perfectly fits that little decorative cap. The best thing about it, though, now it's not wanting to move around because a lot of the little ridges and whatnot will set into that leather. When we set it, it dries. We've got a perfect anvil. Now, I would say, you might mark it like this is a little strip for our domed rivets, just so I can mark there's a 6, 7, and 10 millimeter. I know which is which. But anyway, that's the easiest way to set those. You'll never ding another one. And in fact, now, those little things, they're not going to slide around on you. You're going to set one of those perfect every time. No wasted time, no wasted money. Yay. Okay. So I'm hoping that little bit of advice will help with those. Because again, I love the decorative cap rivets. And we need to put more of those in our videos. And I will do that. I will make a point of doing that. But anyway, Brew, thanks for bringing that up. And again, the simplest questions are great. What is it? The only stupid question is the one that goes unasked, right? Something like, well, but that's the point. For a lot of us, I've been at it so long. I've been at it like since I was 17. Um, and I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but that's a lot. There's things I've done that I totally forgot about. I mean, this is ridiculous. And I probably shouldn't even say this. I have to go back if I'm going to make a project that I haven't made in a long time. I have to go back and pull up the video on that project to see how I made that, see how I measured it, because there's all kinds of little tricks. Who has done this, right? You pick up a pattern. I haven't made this in a couple of years. Oh, I know how to make these. I've made these before. I know. And you screw it up because you forgot two little tricks that you didn't mark on the pattern, you didn't think about. I mean, I've never done that. I'm just, it's an example that I'm just tossing out there. Yeah, I've never done that this week. Anyway, but great questions, great comments, everybody. I'm going to jump back over because I see them just flying through and kills me to miss these. It really does. All right, so yeah, we got that, how to set that. Oh, I know. It's another topic we want to talk about. But we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that because I need to jump over here. Oh, Solus. Okay. Let's see. Hell, I have my first fair coming up in a little under a month. Oh, nice. First off, congratulations on the motivation for stepping up, calling whoever's putting on, paying for the booth, starting to think about that's a lot to do, but you did it. You did it, and you're going to have a great time with it. All right. Any tips on pricing pieces? Funny you should say that. Let's see. I don't want to be charging a lot so I can make sales, but also, I just need to make some cut. Yes. I keep wanting to go into this because the trick is, here's the problem. All right. Here's the problem. All right. We make a wallet. Okay. If we're going to sell that wallet for $20, here's our audience. Yay. We're going to sell some. If we sell that wallet for $500, here's our audience. That audience is hard to find. There's somebody that will buy that wallet for $500. How are we going to find them? Right. So, okay. Well, let's do this because quickly, and I'll see if I can help. All right. But I keep looking down. I've got an Arabic comment. Forgive me, I can't read that. I could switch it over to translate, but then who knows? Love you right back. Let me just say that. Love you right back. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for that comment. That one brings a smile to my face. Bless you. Absolutely. Okay. I hate to even breach this old walnut, right? Okay, so pricing your projects. There's no good answer. There's no solid answer. Here's some opinions, okay? Triple your materials. Wait a minute, let me back up. If it's a hobby, triple your materials. Now it sounds like, wow, this can be, well, actually it's not. And I'm going to use a belt as an example. Okay. I'm going to try to do my math in my head. And we know this is not a good idea. Okay. All right. So let's say we got a 36-inch wide piece of leather costs $100. Okay. We could strap out 1.5 inch, 36 inches means we can get 24 1.5 inch belts out of that. Let's call it a single bin. Not important. Anyway, so that's $100. So we're about $5, about $5 for the blank. Okay. Let's say $7 with our hardware. We're going to knock in a couple of rivets and a buckle. We're not tooling, stamping. So it's just a simple belt, right? We're going to knock in a buckle with a couple of rivets. We got a keeper on that. Okay. So we're at about $7 labor or materials. Okay. Well, if we triple that, it's about $21. That's a great deal on a solid leather belt. Okay. Maybe not the best example there, but still the point is, we're making some money on that. And that's all we're looking for. It's a hobby. It's a hobby. We're paying for more tools. We're getting some money in so we can buy some more leather. We love doing it. And the selling, that's not the biggest point. Okay. That's a hobby. We want to go into business. It's a whole different situation now because so many variables. Well, first off, standard manufacturing equation says that for every dollar we earn, we're going to take 30% of that, we're going to pay our labor. We're going to take another 30%. We're going to pay for our materials. We're going to take another 30%, pay for our overhead. And if you think, oh, I don't have any, well, you need to plan to a point where you will have overhead. That's kind of the point there. Plan it now for the future so that if you do get to that future, you don't go out of business because you're selling everything too cheaply. Anyway, all right. So 30 labor, 30 materials, 30 overhead. That leaves us 10% net profit. Okay. On a dollar, that's 10 cents. It's not about a dollar. It's $1,000 or $2,000. But your net profit, that's after everything is said and done. Now, okay, that 10%, that's not what we're technically earning because we've already taken out for labor. So 30% of that sale price goes in our pocket. So now we are getting paid for that. That net profit is just after everything's said and done. So we're paying for our materials. Well, we're lucking out there a little bit because our labor, other than exceptions, your labor is always more than your materials. All right, let's jump back to that belt. All right, so we got like $7 in that in materials. Okay. I can make a simple belt in about 7 minutes, probably. Most of us can. Not tough. We strip it, we punch it, add rivets, a keeper, and a buckle. We're there. Okay. Well, so now we've got $7 in that. We've got 7 labor in that belt. Here's why I say that, because I charge $60 an hour shop time. That sounds like I'd love to make $60 an hour. We're not making $60 an hour. Here's why. Because for every 2 or maybe 3 hours that you're producing product, you've got at least another 1 or 2 hours in admin, ordering the product, boxing it up, inventorying it, all these different things that take up that same time. So now that 3 hours is actually paying for 5 hours, right? That's the point. So I charge about $1 a minute, keeping that in mind. Okay. Well, let's say that belt, we're going to do a little extra. We're going to put a stitched edge in it. Now that belt, $7 material, is now $40 labor. Okay. Now we're at $47. We're only at our gross. Our gross is our labor and our materials. Everything after that is our gross. Then we take our overhead. Everything after that is our net, right? So you kind of luck out if it's in your shop because you're really not paying overhead. You kind of are. You're paying for electricity and heat and cold and paper clips and notepads and probably so technically you do have some overhead going, but the labor is the critical piece. And that's why it's so hard to sell hand tooling or hand sewing or hand stamping, because every minute goes by, you've got another dollar in labor there. You got to charge for that. You got to, or again, like I said, if you're charging too little for your product, then what's happened is you're busy as you can be. I mean, you're turning out product left and right. The problem is at the end of the day, you're at zero, right? Because you're not charging enough. So that's the 2 ways to try. Is it a hobby or is it a business, or do you expect it to become a business? There's a whole different set there. You're going to have to pay for lawyers. You got to pay all your utilities. You may have labor. You're going to have to pay Social Security match on that. There's all kinds of things that are going to go into this that we, as just this little bitty business, we're not really worried about. The point is, we're going to get there maybe if we work hard and we do well, we'll get there. So we need to plan now for that point. So when we get there, it's not a mess and we're not charging too little. Okay, charging too much. Now we're not making any money. We've got great margins, right? We're marking up our labor. We're marking up our materials. We're marking up our overhead. Yeah, but nobody's buying the damn product, right? So now where are we? Working hard to go broke again. So I don't have a good answer for this, and I hate to go into all of that, but it at least maybe helps you out. At least maybe helps you out pricing those products. But then you do a show. Okay, now we got variables. All right. Every person is a variable because again, one person will pay $500 for that wallet, one person won't. Okay. Well, that one person may pay $200 or 10 or 5, right? Once you start doing a few shows, you're gonna two things are gonna happen. First off, you're gonna start to you're gonna start to boil down your product list of things that sell. Okay, so you go to your first show, you got 45 different products out there. Well, 80% of your sales are done by 20% of your products. We don't know which 20%. Advertising is the same way. For every dollar you spend on advertising, you get 50 cents worth. Yeah, but you don't know which 50 cents, right? But the point is jump in there. Start doing your shows. You're gonna hear people. Every person comes by and looks, oh, that's a little too much. Okay, there's a hint. Wow, are you selling for five? There's another hint, right? So you're good just by doing the shows, you're gonna learn how much to charge, what's selling, what isn't selling, what people want, right? They'll come to you. People talk about, oh, you don't have a so and so. You know what? No, I don't, but next show I will, right? May not sell next show. It may. It's all a crapshoot, right? So, okay, now let's add the variable of geography. Okay. In Atlanta, I can sell a belt for $75. In North Georgia, I can't sell that belt for $45. It's just a different pay scale in that geographic area. Here's another one. Did your show advertise? I did a big show, first show. There were not four people in that building. Saturday night, after 2 days of this show, we could either eat or get a hotel room. That's how little in sales we did. So we went to a big buffet and slept in the truck at a truck stop. Went back, did another $8 in sales on Sunday. I don't even remember how we got home. I don't even think we made enough to get gas to get home. I kind of went on off on a rant there about shows, but the point, do the shows. They're a blast. People come up to you and, oh, I love you. You're gonna get a big ego boost because, oh, I love this. And people, there's a jerk now and then, but like one out of every 10 shows. "Oh, I'm not gonna pay for that." I had a guy, and I'll tell you, does not. So we were doing, I think this was Gen Con, right up in Milwaukee, big show. And we sold sword frogs and baldricks and all kinds of period stuff. And we had dagger frogs laying out there. And a guy comes up, may not have been Gen Con, may have been anyway, the point is the guy looks at, well, that's only $4 worth of leather. I'm like, well, yeah, but it didn't, like an apple, it didn't fall off the cow in the shape of a sword frog ready to be sold. And it just, write those folks off, write them off, pay no attention to those because the next person that comes to your booth, wow, I love your belts or I love your purses or bag. You'll see. If you do a show, you'll see. But I can't stress it enough. Go out there, do a show, do a little craft fair, get a small local craft fair, low entrance fee, $100, $150, $75. Go out and get used to it. Come up to speed on doing the shows. Before we used to do Gen Con and Dragon, we did some big shows. Don't go to one of those for your first show. Well, first off, those booth fees are $3,000, right? We're not going to do that. But find your local small craft fair. Go out. Oh, one of my favorite things about doing a show is the food, right? I have done shows where I think I spent more on food than I actually earned at the show, but that's beside the point. We're not going to go into that. But all that you, all of this comes, do a show. You're going to learn what to charge, what people want to pay, what's going to sell, how to set up your credit card system. Super easy now. You could do it on your phone. You could take credit cards on your phone, do your cash drawer. Do right. Anyway, okay. Now that I've wasted most of our hour talking about this, but I hope it helps. I mean, pricing your projects, I can't give you a good answer on that. I don't know anybody that can give you a good answer on that. The best way is just to step out there and give it a shot and see what happens. You're going to make a little money at a craft show. And I'll say this too, typically, and I've experienced this, the first time you do a show, your sales aren't where you think they should be. Don't panic. Don't panic. The next time you do that show, they will be. Because It's like every bit of this is psychological. Everything you do at a booth is psychological. I just blew our whole. Anyway, all right, so it's giveaway time. God, that just blew my whole line of thought. Crap. And Jill says, don't do that. I hate it when you do that, when you forget what you're saying. I can't believe she says that. I'm married to her. She knows me. Okay, well, I'm going to cover that with a winner. I'm going to cover that with a winner. Yeah, we're going to forget about. There's nothing here to see. Nothing to see here. Anyway, okay. All right, so we've got a winner. Congratulations to Thomas Barrett. Nicely done, Thomas. Hallelujah on that one. So, Thomas Barrett, here's what you're going to do. I should know this. Don't you know Miriam is just looking at her screen going, really? Yet again, I say, did Weaver get this guy on sale? Or like bargain bin or scratch and dent? Right, anyway. Okay, so you're going to email us. Let's see, let's double check this, Thomas. You are going to email us at supplyinfo@weaverbrands.com. We're going to need your name, your address, your phone number, and do you want chrome tan, veg tan, or do you just want to mix? You just want me to toss some great stuff in there? Because I'm going to do my best to toss some great stuff in there. So congratulations on that. I'll do my best to see if I can't get you some really pretty leathers in there. But again, Thomas Barrett, congratulations on that. I'm going to put that away. We've had enough of that. We've heard enough of that. Basically, I think coming around to pricing your project, you are welcome to ask me any question that I can absolutely not answer anytime. You are welcome. Right. So, gee, Chuck, great. Thanks. Yeah, good info. Anyway, okay. So I'm so far behind now because, yeah, boy, do a show. Just go out and do you a little show. You'll see what I'm talking about. Oh, I'm talking about psychology, right? Yeah. It's all psychological. It really is. The way you lay your products out, the way you price them, the way you talk to people. But doing the show, you'll get that. You'll get that, and you got to work your way up to it. Start with a small show and work your way up. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised at what comes from a show because people are going to come up to you. The purpose of a show is not the money you make at the show. I can't state that strongly enough because nobody thinks about that. I don't. The point of doing a show is to bring in recurring business through the year. They see you at the show, they get your business card. Through the year, they buy product from you. That's the point of the show. The money you make at the show, that's a bonus. Technically, that's just a bonus. But when you see cash coming in, it's hard to think next month, 2 months, 3 months away. The point is, you're building your business by doing the shows. People meet you, they get your personality, your love for the craft, and they love that. People just love to see artisans who are passionate. Now, not crazy passionate. I wouldn't say, when somebody comes up, people, oh, I'm going to tell you everything about this product. I'm using a 92 thread. They want to see some passion, and they love that. And you'll see. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. You'll see. You'll see. Okay, so let's do this because time is a ticking, and I wasted a lot of it. I got so many subjects here that I want to talk about, and I just got on a damn rant. All right, but let's do this. Notes from the boss because I got to keep my job. Okay, so y'all buy something. Ooh, nice sales pitch, Chuck. We never saw that one coming. Okay, excuse. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we've got a big event coming up at the mothership. Yeah, well, I've talked about this. This is a leather maker event, and it's our retail store anniversary. So here's what's going. If you can make it, I know a lot of us, we're a long way away, may not be able to make it. I understand that. I'm 9 hours away from the mothership. Um, but I'll be there. I'm going to teach 2 classes. I'm trying to remember what classes I'm teaching. And don't you know, Miriam's going, God, again. Yeah, I'm teaching 2 classes. We'll leave it there. But the big point here. All right. Okay, so there you could buy tickets, and these are for the live for the event. Tickets give you access to classes. All right, we've got a 20% off store wide. If it's in that store, 20% off. This is the time to buy either that equipment you've been thinking about. I mean, like, think about some of the bigger equipment that you've been wanting to buy. Those stamps that beautiful piece of leather that's just a little too high, a little bit out of budget, 20% off. That's a chunk. That's a good chunk. Um, Gonna have some great machinery demos, uh, food trucks. That's funny. We've touched on that subject earlier, but we got tours. Gonna go through the tours. That's cool. And we got a video coming up where you get a look at some of our manufacturing. I've been dying to get this video done. Come back to that. Anyway, barbecue dinner Thursday night. Now, tickets required on that, but all that information is on our website. You can find every bit of that, probably far more accurate than I'm giving you. And again, Miriam goes, all right. So, anyway, those are notes from the boss. Let's see what else we got here to talk about. The fan page. I fall on and fall off, and I'm fell off a little bit. I try to get on about once a week, but I didn't get on today. I really want to do some shout outs to everybody that's got products on the fan page. If you're not familiar with this, it's just Facebook, Chuck Dorsett fan page. Um, Same people. So if you're new, you haven't been there, you haven't been, same people, you're gonna get oohs and ahs. Got a question? You're gonna get 15 great answers, and that's kind of because us leather crafters. If there's 4 of us in a room, yeah, there's 7 opinions of how you should do it. Oh, you're gonna hear every one of them. Yeah, right. Oh, you will. But that's one of the greatest things about the leather crafters. There's something in our DNA. We want to help. How can we help? And I think it's a lot of our love for the craft because I never, I can't believe I can make this stuff. Okay. Let's just all the cards on the table. I can't believe I make most of what I make. I'm surprised at how well it comes out. The point there, you don't need years and years of skill and a whole bunch of expensive tools and space requirements. You don't need all that to make beautiful leather work. If you're jumping into it, I bet $10, 99% of the time, that first project, you're actually surprised at what you were able to do. And I hear this in my classes. I'm doing a wet forming class in Sheridan. And I hear this every class because the last segment of the class, we get creative. We get creative. The the people in the class, what do you call those? Students. Wow. Something must have detached this morning. Anyway, I always hear somebody say, well, I'm not really that creative. And I just love that because I'm like, oh, you're going to be surprised. And they are. Every time they are surprised at what they were able to do. And I love that. I love that. Teach a class too. I'm not going to go on a rant like the shows. I could, but teach a class. In fact, I've got a video. It kind of fell to the side because we had a comment. How about a video on tricks and tips for teaching classes? I got like 3 pages of tricks and tips on teaching classes. I just can't make it exciting. I can't. I wasted 3 days last week, maybe 2 the week before one. It's just, I can't make it. I can't do it. I'll keep working on it because there's all kinds of teaching a class is one of the coolest things you will do in your life. It really is. It really is. It really is. I'm gonna leave that one right there. Okay. So what else we got going here? We got notes from the boss. Talked a little bit about the fan page. jump over to the fan. I'll be on this afternoon because I'm a little behind. I'm going to catch up on some comments and some of those beautiful projects, but it's a great place to be. I think we now have, I'll have to look. I think we're on our way to 14,000 family members on the fan page. Wow, birthdays are going to be a bitch, aren't they? Anyway, I think you only have to send out, I think we did the math on that. And to get, a birthday card to all of us, I think you only have to do like 65 a week. I think. So that's not bad. I would like to send a birthday card to every person here. All right, it looks like, without going into, let's do this because we talked about this last time. And I want to extend that just a little bit. All right, we talked about secondhand stores, resale stores, Goodwill. Let me make sure I got my time going here. All right, these are great sources for us, because we can find, like, I think even somebody commented last time, you can go to like Goodwill, get a leather jacket for like $30, take it home, take it apart. You got a pattern. Now it's somebody else's pattern. So on the legal side, that's a little gray area. I wouldn't take that pattern, make a bunch of them and sell them. But if you're going to make one for you or add variations, whole different story there. Well, now patterns are great, but also the hardware on the, like belts and purse and bag and pouch, you can find some freaking cool hardware at the Goodwill. Because most likely these were made by the company for that particular line of project. Probably never ever see them again. Probably never going to be made again. But again, we can use all kinds of cool hardware. All right. The reason I say that is because the next step up is an art store. Does anybody get a chance? I know my nose is all of a sudden itching. Does anybody get a chance to go to an art store? I love an art store. Now, let me mention this first because company Weaver Plug, right? Weaver Plug, we sell some great templates. And I love these. They're a perfect size. I've got the larger ones, but I don't often use those. These are the templates or the curves, the French curves that I use all the time. I might say I use these almost every project. Maybe not the project, but the pattern. I will say that. All right, where I'm going with that is art stores are going to have a lot of things that we at Weaver probably not going to sell because they're not so leather specific. Yeah, the one that we've seen this in a couple of videos, and then also the templates. I've got a round hole template. I use this all the time. Well, round corners first off, but also ovals because they're so difficult to draw. We can get all kinds of very cool templates at the art store. But also poster board. They have the best post. It's not that cheap thin stuff from the grocery store, which is fine. But if you go to an art store, oh, you're gonna see some really cool poster board. Here's another one. Like the clear plastic for our luggage tags or wallets, our driver's license windows. We can buy that at an art store. Not to mention pencils and the erasers. They have the best erasers ever. There's so many things at an art store. So if you ever get a chance just to drop in, you're going to see all kinds of great stuff at an art store. They're fun to go through. They really are. So, all right, 3:58. We're going to start wrapping it up. There's so many things we've never even got to on this. I'll mark it for next time. I might toss pricing our items because we kind of went through that. So I'm going to put that aside. I don't know how much help I was there. Probably none whatsoever. But still, the shows, try them. You'll have a great time. Classes, teach a class. So many great places to do that. I'll keep working on that video. But also, too, we got some great videos coming up. I'm looking around to see if I forgot anything. I don't think I have. So, all right, we're going to wrap it up for this week. I hope it was good information. I hope it was worth your time. I can't tell you how much I appreciate y'all being here and making this what it is. I'm so far behind on comments over here. Golly, I just went off. On a rant and I never came back. But Tim Wagster, Tim, thanks for being here. Muhammad Islam, thanks for being with us. Really appreciate you. Appreciate your time. Hope it's worth your time. Mike T, y'all, Patricia Cleghorn, thanks for being with us. Thanks for spending this time here. Thanks for great comments, questions, answers, advice, tips, tricks. Y'all make this what it is. I'm just driving the bus. Y'all party in the back. I'll keep us. I was gonna say I'll keep us on the road, but we know that's not true, right? We've met. The bus is probably going everywhere but between the lines. All right, y'all. So we're gonna wrap it up. We'll come together in 2 weeks. Um, um, give me a little, Thomas. Give me a little bit of time on that, and I'll get that out to you. Congratulations on that, and y'all, it's been a blast. Been an absolute pleasure. I hate to even say goodbye. It's like leaving family. Just takes 20 minutes to leave family because you got to say goodbye to everybody. Y'all, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Been an absolute pleasure to spend this time with you. And I'm going to look forward to the next one. And I hope y'all feel the same way. Bye, y'all.